Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No close allowed. This summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No close allowed.
Welcome to a Friday night at the Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And it's been a long week. I've been sick all week myself, but I'm back. And Redwine is going under the weather, aren't you, tonight, Redwine?
I am, but I'm here.
All right.
Try not to infect anybody else.
Yeah, too late
Thank
for
you.
that.
Yeah, stay back now.
Too late for that.
But I love you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Ketel, how you doing? How's your health?
I can't complain. Not too bad.
Okay.
Had a little slight headache earlier, but the show must go on.
I heard that. Yeah, this is every Friday night, late night talk show. We get together and talk about the various topics and various issues going on in the world today. Keep you abreast of what's happening. Usually the things we talk about you don't hear on regular mass news. We get it exclusively, and we talk about the internal things that make a difference in life, things that make you say, damn, I didn't know that.
Right now.
And that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, without further ado, Ketel, you want to give us a rundown on what's happening tonight?
Sure thing. There's quite a bit going on. Like you said, it's been a long week. Mm-hmm. Hot topics, fresh off the press. U.S. strike on Syria. Unfortunately, Maxine Waters and Bill O'Reilly. Trump blames Obama for Syria. He got to be blaming the brother. What's up with that?
It never ends.
Okay. Hit it and quit it headlines. We got Hyundai to recall 1.5 million vehicles. Comcast jumps into wireless business. Unfortunately, 4 dead in Swedish attack. Also, Judge Gorsuch approved. Not surprised. Norway to build world's first ship tunnel. And Pepsi takes a hit. What's poppin' with Poppa DD? We're going to talk about Tony Roma tonight. Our weird news. UK woman urinated on Trump's golf course. Deal in Dunkin' Donuts case could mean free buttered treats. And South Dakota man gets a $190 fine for snake without a leash. I'm just saying with red wine, be a gentleman. Living for the city with Poppa DD. Got a surprise for us. My Hollywood wrap-up, I got a lot going on with that. Our cocktail of the week is called the Blackberry Sage Tequila Smash. Bam. Say that real fast.
Bam.
Our kiss it list, and I know that's right. Our kiss it list and the last word. Sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, because that's what we're doing, and we'll be right back with the hot topic.
Do you have unruly children? Do they misbehave in school and get bad grades? Are timeouts completely ineffective? Are you scared to spank them because they might have you arrested? What they need is a new school where discipline is number one and education is secondary. What they need is...
Whoop That Ass Academy.
Here at the
Whoop That Ass Academy.
we don't have discipline problems. Know why? We're privately owned and we do what we want. And when kids get out of hand,
We whoop that ass.
timeout is for football games. When kids want to show off, we don't give them a timeout. We just
Whoop that ass.
We don't make a kid stand in the corner. That's my house plan. When one of our kids gets out of order, we snatch him out of that classroom and
Whoop that ass.
Here at WTA Academy, we make sure they learn the basics of reading and writing, math, and science. But above all else, they learn discipline. This is what will keep your kids out of jail. Make the world a better place. Sometimes you gotta whoop
That ass.
and we do. Here at WTA Academy, our motto is, we care enough to whoop.
That ass.
They may not read and write too well, but they'll act like they've got sense because we whoop.
That ass.
So bring your kids on down to
Whoop That Ass Academy.
We'll get them straight.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Hi. Bonsoir.
And we're here on a Friday night. And everybody's doing okay, right?
Not too bad. Yeah.
Okay.
You saw red wine liquor.
I had to change drinks. It seems like my brown liquor was left open, and it lost a little flair.
I'm going to get those interns.
So I had to get me some Irish whiskey and mix it with some how do you pronounce this? Smirnoff?
No, I think that's Schweppes.
It's punk juice is what it is.
Yeah.
It's not
That
straight,
good.
it's punk juice.
No punk juice. It's
Punk
all
juice.
good.
Anyway,
All right, let's
let's get to the hot topics. First of all, U.S. strike on Syria is widely held by, it angers Russia and everything else. I mean, Trump just kind of showed his butt hiney, so to speak, trying to get his thing off. Okay, Beirut, world leaders rallied around the United States after it launched a missile strike early Friday on a Syria air base in response to this week's chemical attack, while Russia condemned the move as aggression. You see, Russia's in bed with Syria. As the saying goes, there's really no loyalty amongst thieves, so to speak. So Russia's hanging out with people because ever since we uncapped that cap in Kuwait and opened up that oil years ago with the war on Iraq, everybody's hanging around Beirut like you know what I'm saying? You know, people just hang around, you know, like a girl's dorm or you know what I mean? Things like that. So everybody's hanging around, you know.
Like you think trying to get a piece of the pie?
Of course, everybody's getting oil. Oil is a big deal.
Yeah.
Big deal today. It's what it's all about. If you got oil, if you got natural crude, you can do so much with it. You can turn to natural gas. You can turn to anything. And everybody's messing with it. Anyway, getting back to the story, the overnight missile attack, which marked the first time the United States has directly targeted Syria. President Barash, he's crazy. He's been killing his people for years, and now he did a big chemical attack on his own people. And Trump looked at pictures and things like that and was allegedly, you know, heartbroken through the whole situation and all. And people are saying that this attack was what do you call it? Like a
Shock, future shock?
No, it was like discouraging. Like it was.
Well, he just said that drew that crossed the red line for him and stuff.
Yeah, but also it's also distraction based on the things that are the probes that are up Trump's butt these days.
Oh, with the Russia
being in Russia and things like that. So he did something to get his stuff off. But one thing I don't want Trump to do is when you're going to do something like a attack like that, attack usually brings back retaliation because in most cases, you know, do unto others as you have them do unto you, and also the phrase of for every action is equal and opposite reaction. Right. So yeah, we need to sit back and wonder what's going to happen with this reaction on what we did. And what's going to come back on that. And can we actually trust Donald Trump? Because he's a man that's been so sporadically dysfunctional with so many different aspects. You know, he's just living his life based on under his own particular terms. He's hiring all his millionaire friends. Every time you watch an episode of anything in any kind of sitting in the White House, you got a bunch of white men over 70 years old, all lined up, you know, and everybody's just like, needs to retire. They look like they're done with their careers and they need to have a fresh start, but they're all sitting there acting like they're trying to do something new and flavorful when a lot of time in life has passed, and they should be sitting back on you know, rocking chairs from what's that breakfast joint called?
Getting ready for Sunnybrook
What's that
Farm?
breakfast joint that sells the rocking chairs outside?
Oh, Cracker Barrel?
Cracker Barrel, exactly. They all should be buying Cracker Barrel rocking chairs, and they all should be chilling. But anyway, in the event, we launched an attack on Syria based on chemical warfare they did on their own people. And right now, we're sitting back and waiting for the results of that particular strike. They launched, I think it was maybe 25 missiles from a Navy ship out there in the Persian Gulf. And right now, I'm sure.
I think it was more than that.
Yeah, me being an ex-Navy man, I'm sure that ship right now, or any ship in the Persian Gulf, is at what they call general quarters, which means that they're at their duty station awaiting further orders. They have not gone to bed. They're in high alert out there in the middle of the ocean. And God bless our military people, because they're serving us. You know, for us to be able to. For you to turn on NBC today, or not NBC, ESPN, and watch the Masters, which is going on right now, the major golf match, and nobody's even startled by that, which goes to show that the military is holding down the world while other people can still do basic things that they do. And why we should always honor our military people. It's just so sad that we have such a Looney Tune in charge of things at this point, but God bless them, and hopefully things will come to some type of resolution. But right now, as it goes, as far as the story is concerned, we launched an attack on Syria on their air base in order to put them in perspective and cool their heels and let them know that somebody's watching them and somebody's able to retaliate against them. And right now, we're just a waiting to see situation.
Well, you know what's really interesting about that is that basically what he did was exactly what Hillary Clinton had said needed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
She was saying we need to take out the airstrips and the facilities where they're able to launch stuff. You know, the last time, what was that, in 2013?
Right.
When they put all those chemicals on their own people.
Right.
And that was when President Obama was in office, and Hillary recommended that. And when President Obama tried to put that plan forward, Congress would not approve it.
Right.
So I think it's really interesting how now all of a sudden, you know, it comes through like this is a new idea, a new concept, and then President Trump goes on and does it. But my understanding was that he did not have congressional approval. So you had some of the senators and stuff were upset, and they were saying this didn't go through the right channels. Mm-hmm. It did not have congressional approval. He just up and did it.
Well, the House also went on a 2-week hiatus on Friday.
Yeah, but the launch happened, what, Wednesday, Thursday?
Oh, no, it was Friday. It was Friday.
I thought that was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, that was Thursday. So they were still in session.
But it might have been a different time period, so it might have been early this morning or something, but, you know, in their time period.
Well, I know when he made the decision, Congress was still in session, and he did not go through the channels of getting congressional approval.
But, see, my thing is, how is he able to do that?
I don't know.
Because he's Donald Trump? You know.
Well, I heard them saying on CNN that he did reach out to certain senators. I don't know who they were, but some of them were behind him.
But don't you have to have like a census or majority or something? Yeah, that's what I thought.
But I think his whole thing is he's always felt like it's a mistake to talk too much about what you're going to do, because then the enemy knows what you're going to do.
Right.
And I think his thinking probably was, if we go through all of this, it'll be too late. We'll miss the opportunity, and they'll end up, because of leaks and everything, they're going to find out what we're doing. So I'm going to bypass all of that, give the word, drop the bombs, and deal with people being pissed off later.
Right, deal with consequences.
Exactly.
But then I'm going to get into this later, you know, you can't blame an ex-president on some other, you know.
Yeah, that statement about, you know, I blame Barack for whatever.
You can't do that.
You know, Barack was left with an Iraq war and all kinds of adverse situations that he walked into. And we can't, once January 20th falls upon us when it comes to the inauguration and the change of power and things of this nature, while everybody's out there smiling and what have you, that's a time where you have taken over the reins of the situation. So you can't sit back and now still 2-3 months after you've been inaugurated and throw shade at the person that you took over from. Once the turnover is done, the turnover is done. Now you are at the helm, so therefore you can't be saying, Well, I blame Barack. You blah 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 blah. Really, man? You know, come on, man. Take the world by the horns, and then control the world as you have it in your particular grip right now, and stop blaming the past for things of this nature. I mean, come. And now here's a man that been married 3 times, so he should understand the situation where you can't keep blaming
Why you
people.
Gonna blame your predecessor?
I mean, really, exactly. I mean, I think his first wife don't give a damn what happened between him and Marla Maples, or what's going on with him and his current wife. I mean, you know, he should understand. That's one person that knows the aspect of life changes, situations, and new regimes and new love interests and things of this nature. So why would he keep bringing that up as a thing like that? I mean, especially a person been married 3-4 times like himself.
But to me, that's a matter of disrespect. I mean, you know,
well,
first of all, people don't look at things as the president being an institution. Then all of a sudden you're going to start talking bad about a previous president? That's not right.
You know, that's just an scapegoat move to take some of the sting off yourself. But the closed-minded people will take heed to what he's saying, and they'll get into his bosom and try to understand what he's doing. But deep down inside,
God bless him.
He's wrong.
Yeah, he was. He truly was.
All right.
But we're gonna keep it moving. That's a good segue. I might as well just go ahead and take the next story. Yeah, as we were saying, Trump blames Assad and Obama for the chemical attack in Syria. Confronted by one of his first foreign crises, President Donald Trump split the blame for Syria's worst chemical weapons attack in years between his Russian-backed leader and former President Barack Obama. In a surprising statement, Trump called the assault in an opposition-held town in northern Syria reprehensible and one that cannot be ignored by the civilized world.
Mm-hmm.
So Trump said Assad was responsible for Tuesday's death, yet also targeted his predecessor's failed tragedy to deter such attack. I'm like, are you serious? So they said 58 people died, including 11 children.
That's messed up.
Mhm. So, like I said, you can't bash an institution. This is the presidency.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like you said, he didn't go through the proper channels. So, what consequences is he going to pay?
But how many more things is he going to blame President Obama for?
Yeah.
You know, first it was the wiretapping thing that he said Obama did that. Then it was, what else was it? It was something else that he tried to blame Obama for. Now, the Syrian...
health care, he's been talking about that.
Oh, yeah. You know, and then he sat up there and told the president of China how he inherited such a mess. He inherited a mess. I mean, I heard the statement, and I thought, really? Why would you tell the head of state from another country that you inherited such a mess from your predecessor, you know?
He's a nut.
But isn't that like the proverbial airing of dirty laundry in front of guests? You don't do that.
No. I mean, President Barack Obama, he could have said the same thing when he came in office.
Exactly.
He had a whole lot to do.
And he inherited a mess. But you didn't hear him complaining and bellyaching about it.
Nope.
He just picked it up from where he got it and tried to make the best of it that he could.
Right. I'm kind of agreeing with Poppa here. That's a smoke screen. He's just talking a lot of shiggity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just a smoke screen.
I think the whole bombing was a smoke screen. I don't think that it doesn't seem like he bombed anything really significant. He, bombed that particular area to get people on the edge and all. But I think with him being in bed with Russia like he is, they told him what to bomb and how to bomb it, and it's.
Well, CNN reported that he contacted Russia before the airstrike.
Oh, without a doubt.
And told them this is what he's doing and this is nothing against them, because Russia is an ally of Syria.
Right.
So he contacted them and said, this is not about you. This is about, the gas thing that they did with that nerve gas and all of that, and we have to respond to that. So don't take it personal and all of that. But there are those who felt like that Russia then notified the Syrian troops and that they got stuff and troops and whatever, equipment and stuff that gave them time to get things out of the way so it wouldn't get blown up.
Of course.
So I don't know how effective the airstrike was.
It wasn't probably effective at all.
Because what I didn't understand is of all of the things that they blew up, they talking about radar and this and that, but they didn't blow up the actual airstrip. So if they got more planes over there, they still had the landing strips to be able to take off and land.
And that's all we're
So
going to
if
hear
you want to do all
about
of that, why didn't you just go ahead and take out the airstrips and everything?
And that's all we're going to hear about.
Disabled.
And it's not going to be a second bombing. I'm sure that's the only bombing.
And Nikki, what's her name? Nikki Haley, the United Nations, whatever she is.
Yeah.
She was saying that, you know, we are prepared to do more. She didn't say specifically what, but we are prepared to do more. So, but like I said, if you really were trying to disable that whole operation, seems to me you should have taken out the airstrips, the buildings, the equipment, everything in that perimeter. Take it all out if that's what your objective was.
Maybe he's just trying to flex his muscles. It's like, you know, if y'all don't get it together, we're going to come at you again. You know, maybe this is like a warning or something, you know.
Yeah, but to me it's the difference between slapping somebody and punching them in the face.
Well, maybe that's what he's doing, slapping them right now.
Yeah, but what good is that? You can come back from being slapped. When somebody knock you the hell out,
now you got to
you're knocked out.
You're right about that.
So, I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, we just have to keep up on that and see what's going on.
Well, in other news, Representative Maxine Waters is still worked up over that Bill O'Reilly comment, and now she's saying Bill O'Reilly needs to be in prison. And she says that Donald Trump and Bill O'Reilly are two of a kind. So she said that he being Bill O'Reilly, should be arrested over allegations with all of the sexual harassment charges that were brought against him, and that President Trump, she said she was slamming him for even defending Bill O'Reilly, talking about he's a good person. And why the president felt the need to even jump into that one.
Old boys club.
Yeah. I'm like, cool, I understand that's your friend. You could have just called him off the grid and said, yo, Bill, that's jacked up, what's going on, but, you know, hey, if there's anything I can do under the radar, holler at your boy. But why would you get on Twitter and say Bill O'Reilly is a good guy, you know, and all this stuff? This dude is
what he does. And see, that's another thing. He doesn't respect his position. He's the president.
Exactly.
I mean, a lot of things
you're not just a common average Joe anymore.
A lot of things you can't say and do now.
And with his history of grab women by the private parts.
Grabbing their crotches.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I told you, old boys club.
Yeah.
They all in it together.
I mean, we got him on video talking about grab her by the P word. So for him to say, oh, I stand behind Bill O'Reilly, who they said that they paid off, at least 5 women? Come on. Why would you have paid off all those women if there was nothing behind the allegation?
And he still has a show?
Yeah, well, you know, the advertisers have been backing away off of that thing. His show this week, one of the shows this week, they said it ended like about 10 minutes early or so.
Really?
Because they didn't have any more ads. The ads were so sparse that they just didn't have enough ads to fill up the airtime. So the show ended up ending something like 10 minutes ahead of schedule. That's how bad it's getting.
Stuff's catching up with him.
So, yeah, for Trump to come back and say, you know, that he shouldn't have settled, you know, everybody doesn't have Trump's money to just fight stuff, you know, unlimited the way that Trump does.
Right.
Because you see how he had to settle with that Trump University thing.
Yeah.
That's been going on for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
And that finally came to a head and folks got paid. What was it, 25 million, billion or something?
25 million.
Yeah, but... So anyway, I agree with Maxine Waters. He needs to be locked up. Bill O'Reilly, if what these women alleged actually happened, why is he still walking around?
Right. But then didn't he mention something about her wig or something?
Well, you can't lock somebody up for having no class. But that whole comment about the James Brown wig, that was just tasteless and tacky.
I'm like, come on, really?
Well, you know, that's how some folk are. class is not something that you can buy or acquire. I think either you have it or you don't. And clearly he thought he was being funny with that comment.
But they started getting on Twitter and stuff, talking about it.
But see, in this day and age of social media, everything that people say and do will be instantaneously responded to.
That's true.
And that's the thing that people fail to understand. You get on TV or on the radio or in person somewhere and you slip up in the slightest, somebody is recording it, trust and believe. And they will upload that mess on the internet somewhere where people can see it and comment about it, and they will run you in the ground.
You're right.
And I don't know why folk don't seem to get that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's our hot topics for tonight.
Anybody got any questions or comments what we're talking about? Hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1. Get in the queue. If you're already there, just press 1 time.
Yes. One time.
All right.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back with, what, Hit and Quit It?
Hit and Quit It.
All right.
Hey, this is Redwine, just doing a few promos for the Pajama Party Adult Online Radio Talk Show. You know how we do it. PJs only, no clothes allowed. And I was just trying to get this done.
Hey, Redwine, are you talking about the Pajama Party, where we talk about hot topics, movie reviews, living for the city, and what's poppin' with me, Poppa DD?
I know you guys aren't doing this spot without me, Ketel with the yellow sign. Did you tell everybody that they can reach us at apajamaparty.com or call us live, 914-803-4306. Check us out on Twitter, and don't forget to tip the list.
Okay, now is the time for me to sing?
Oh, no, we don't have time for all that.
Why don't she could sing?
Aw.
Let's get back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And this is what we do Friday nights. Thanks for tuning in. Our Hit It and Quit It headlines. First starts off with Hyundai.
What's happening with that?
Kia. To recall, nearly Honda and Kia. So everybody out there that owns Hyundai and Kia, I know it's a lot of y'all, including my ass. Anyway.
Pay attention.
Hyundai and Kia to recall nearly 1.5 million vehicles over engine issues. All right? Hyundai Motor Company and Kia Motor Corp said on Friday they plan to recall nearly 1.5 million vehicles in the United States and South Korea due to engine issues. All right? The latest blow for two firms already struggling in key markets. I don't think Hyundai is struggling at all. The recall, which could cost two firms hundreds of millions of dollars each, revered quality concerns at a time when Hyundai and Kia faces a sharp drop in Chinese sales and sluggish demands in the United States and South Korea. The two automakers have submitted a plan to recall 1.3 million vehicles due to an engine defect that could cause them to stall. The company said that it's a statement. The plan, which must be approved by United States authorities, involved Hyundai Sonatas, Dam, and Santa Fe's, and Kia Optima, Sorento, and Sportage. Wow.
Wow, that's a lot.
The duo says that they are also recalling 171,348 vehicles in South Korea due to the similar manufacturer problems, which leads to possible stalling of its Terra 2 engine. The recall could hit earnings, with the recall costing each company as much as $250 billion.
Wow.
That's a lot of
Wow.
cash.
That's big money.
All right, which they say that Tai Long Bing, the alias for Hyundai and investment in securities are the ones that oversee Hyundai and Kia, which is basically the same company, but they kind of keep it separate. The company declined to comment on the cost of the recall. Hyundai Motors shared close down 24% compared to a flat border market of the Kia market revenue situation is down 0.9% during the latest gossip and rhetoric of things that are going on with that particular situation. Honda said this is not the first time Honda and Kia have been forced to recall vehicles due to defects in their Tia engine, which they manufacture themselves. In 2015, Hyundai Motor recalled 470,000 Sonata sedans in the United States to replace faulty engine parts. Interesting.
What's going on?
I didn't know that.
What's the problem?
I didn't know that. A Hyundai spokesman said that the latest recall involves a different engine problem, but the South Korea ministry officials say they are also similar to the situation. All right. The ministry also said that metal debris and crankshafts could cause engine damage, leading to possible engine stalling. The recall is related to a manufacturer's process problem, not the structural problem of the Thea 2GDI engine. And we have complete improvements, though appropriate measures, but the company said it is still working on getting things completely right. So anyway, the recall in South Korea covers Hyundai Sonatas, the Granular sedans, the Kia K5, K7, the Kia Sportage models equipped with a 2-liter or 2.4-liter Thea 2 gasoline engine produced before August of 2013. And the South Korea Transportation Minister said that Hyundai will replace the defective engine with a new one after inspection. The recall in South Korea will start on May 22nd. In any event, sounds like a motor situation. So
no wonder they didn't say how much it was costing. That's a lot of money they're about to put out.
And it sounds like they're trying to pass the buck, too. I'm sorry. That's what it sounds like. Always a manufacturer defect. Well, the manufacturer, they need to get some better parts. You know, that's what I think.
They are the manufacturer, so
I don't know.
That's some crazy stuff. That's a lot of cars.
It is. They'd have probably done better to say which ones were not being recalled.
And
if you don't hear that your name called, then you're on the list.
And over there,
I knew Sonata was involved because they made that car in such mass that
yeah,
you know.
Oh boy.
Don't they have they used to have the base model, which was the Elantra. They still make that?
Yeah, I think they do. Still see Elantras around.
Yeah, I test drove one of those. It felt like it was falling apart.
Oh no.
You know, once I went over a certain speed, this thing was just jiggling. I was like, So, okay, all right. Comcast jumps into wireless business with unlimited data plans. Everybody want unlimited data plans? Yeah.
Okay.
Comcast, it is launching a new wireless service with an unlimited data plan, making it the first major U.S. cable provider to enter into the highly competitive wireless market. Unlimited data, talk, and text will be available by mid-year for $65 per line for up to 5 lines, or $45 per line for customers with Comcast Top X1 packages, which bundle together with the TV and the internet and the phone service.
Now they always got to get that bundle in.
Yeah, you got it. You want to get a bundle, Ms. Johnson?
Yeah, bundle. Get a bundle.
So, alternatively, customers can opt to pay $12 per gigabyte each month.
Oh, here we go with that.
So, the 4 major wireless carriers, Verizon, AT&T, Mobile, and Sprint. If you don't have any of those 4, then you're not the top ones. But anyway, have offered unlimited data plans ranging from $50 a month for a single line to $90 a month. This is a competitive war out there. Everybody's trying to be cheap, but nobody's cheap as not Cricket, but it's Boost Mobile, I think it is.
Oh, that's the lowest one right now?
$35, period.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Unlimited everything?
That's what they say. Look, I can imagine what the phone looks like. But
yeah, I was going to say some range.
Uh-huh. Probably limited. Okay. But the move into the wireless business by the U.S. #1 cable provider shows how cable companies are looking to add more services to their offerings with the hope of reducing customer churn.
No, they're just getting greedy. They want a piece of the pie. That's all that is.
Well, they say as younger viewers back away from high-priced subscriptions in favor of cheaper options, they are watching things online. So that's, I guess they get very good into that too. So the rival cable provider Charter Communications is also planning to launch a wireless service in 2018. Never heard of them, but okay. Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
So. As if they didn't have enough money already. Okay.
Right. Interesting.
Might have to put them on the kiss it list. They're just being greedy.
Okay.
They're being greedy.
All right. Will do.
Well, in other hit it and quit it news, unfortunately, there was a situation in Stockholm where a truck plowed through a crowd on a shopping street, crashed into a department store, and that all happened today in central Stockholm. Ended up killing 4 people and wounding 15, and what the Prime Minister said appeared to be a terrorist attack. So police said that they arrested one person in a northern Stockholm suburb after earlier circulating a picture of a man wearing a gray hoodie in connection with the investigation into the attack on I'll say Queen Street, using a hijacked beer truck. So this person hijacked a beer delivery truck, drove it into this crowd, did all this carnage. And so anyway, it went on to say that there was no immediate claim of responsibility, but police said the security at the Swedish borders have been heightened, and they have not ruled out other attackers that might have been involved in this. So, like I said, 4 people died, 15 were injured.
Did the guy in the vehicle, did he die? The so-called terrorist or whatever?
Well, they said they arrested somebody, so I guess not.
Okay. Of course, that's always the
case, right? Yeah, they arrested one person, so.
It's always the case.
So they said that several attacks in which trucks and cars were driven in the crowds have taken place in Europe in the past year. And you remember in 2010, Al-Qaeda urged its followers to use trucks as weapons, and the Islamic State claimed responsibility for the attack in Nice, France last July, when a truck killed 86 people that were celebrating the Steel Day.
Right.
And then there was one in Berlin back in December when a truck smashed into Christmas market. They killed 12 people.
Yeah, I remember that.
So this stuff is not new with this driving trucks into people or cars, but I'm really sorry that this stuff keeps happening.
I just don't understand what are they gaining from it?
I don't know.
You have any clue, Papa?
Not at all. I mean, it's just so pointless. It's
trying to make a statement or just trying to,
I don't know. It's like they're really just trying to kill and injure. I don't think they're really trying to injure. I think they're trying to kill people, and I don't understand why. Especially when you're driving into a crowd of people who have done nothing to you. They're not against whatever you believe in or whatever you stand for. It's just a crowd of innocent people.
Yeah, maybe something's going on. I mean, it sounds kind of far-fetched, but, I mean, maybe these people are being brainwashed to do different things, For what reason?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrorist stuff.
Yeah.
So, when people say, look, this is what we do, go forth and kill, that's what they do.
It's like a job.
Yeah, I mean, what would possess somebody to blow themselves up, trying to take another, people with you?
Yeah.
They believe that they'll have a reward on the other side.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Go right ahead, blow yourself up.
Yeah,
Don't blow all the innocent other people that are around you, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So what's up with this judge?
Judge got to prove. You got it, Papa?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he sure did.
Not by your hands, huh?
Yeah, I know I didn't vote for him, but
Don't it supposed to be
ask me.
Don't it supposed to be a majority?
No, they knocked down. They did some kind of nuclear thing where they didn't have to get as many.
Really?
Yeah, didn't they change the system?
Yeah. So.
Okay. Oh, okay.
We have a caller.
All right, caller, you're live on the Pajama Party Show. Go right ahead with your comment.
Hello.
Hey everyone. Good evening. How is everybody?
We're doing fine. How about you?
I'm doing well. I just wanted to comment on what you were all just talking about the purpose of some of these terrorist attacks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the greater purpose is. I do think there is a long-seated problem in some of these Middle Eastern countries that have absolutely nothing to do with us or any of these other countries they're attacking, but because the UN and other places have long gone in and tried to manage them, there's a lot of anger and hatred towards other countries. I would like to say, however, it is amazing to me how much money ends up being funneled towards them to fund these things every time people start asking questions. Have you noticed that? Whether it's people in this country or people around the world start asking who in power is backing which regimes, that suddenly these terrorist attacks happen to kind of divert the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it is.
As they always say, follow the money.
Yeah, follow the
money.
money.
And it goes back to even the Syria attack last night. Mm-hmm. They cleared the base. So they knew we were coming.
That's what I was saying, that when Trump notified Russia and said, look, this is not about you, don't take it personal, but we need to do this, we got to respond, that gave them time to notify folks so they could get stuff and people, whatever they wanted to move out of the way. So it was really pointless, in my opinion.
And while I don't like sound bites, you hear a lot of people in the media talking about wagging the dog. The tail wagging the dog. And I think that that's what's happening now. I think that we are headed into war because war is profitable for people with money in certain places. And there is a large portion of the American people who want us to look tough, regardless of how many lives are lost, regardless of how many of our children are sent overseas to put boots on the ground. They want us to look tough because it's more about how we look than what's really going on. And I'm scared because I truly believe last night was the beginning of a declaration of war. I could be wrong. Lord knows I hope I'm wrong. But if you look at what happened in Iraq and Afghanistan, Halliburton and several other companies that were either owned, partially owned, interest-owned in, or run by people with Republican ties became billionaires behind a war that we shouldn't even have started. And I think it's happening again.
Yeah.
That's interesting how, a war is supposed to bring people startled and scared and in a whole other frame of mind. But if somebody's sitting back and they have made an objective of how to make money off of this, it's going to show you then why the hell was we taking it so serious from the beginning when somebody ends up making big money off it.
Yeah, this shouldn't be a money-making venture.
Yeah, not at all.
But you notice none of their children get sent over there.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's true.
It's always other people. So I just wanted to say that I do think that this was a declaration of war. It's something they've been looking to do. I think from the moment Trump said, if we have nukes, why not use them? He was letting the world know that it would not be long. And unfortunately, I think the U.S. is going to end up being the big losers in all of this.
Yeah.
From a humanitarian point of view and from a loss of life point of view. So, thank you.
Well,
All right. Thank you, Cole.
Thank you. Duly noted.
interesting.
And I agree.
Yeah.
Because they did say that this is a declaration of aggression or however they worded it.
Yeah, because to show you it was
I'm
all
like,
crap.
oh,
It was
boy.
the staged
Right.
thing. He's so into Russia and everybody, and they told him what to hit, what coordinates to use when you're firing a missile. Oh gosh, it's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, in other news, the Republican-led Senate on Friday gave Donald Trump his biggest triumph of his young presidency, confirming Supreme Court nominee over stout Democrat opposition in restoring and conserving the minorities of the highest U.S. policy of judicial body. The Senate last year refused to consider a Democratic nominee that former President Barack Obama nominated to the courts. They voted 55 to 44 to approve Republican Trump's pick, Colorado-based federal appeals judge, what's his name, Neil
Gorsuch.
To the lifetime job.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, 3 Democrats joined the Republicans in voting for Gorsuch. Gorsuch confirmed the end of the latest Supreme Court vacancy since 1862 during the American Civil War, which the courts downed a justice for almost 14 months since a long-term conservative justice Antonio Salinas died February 13th, 2016. But Judge Gorsuch, I tell you, I listened to a little bit of the hearings myself, and I liked the way he was talking. I really did. He was a very smart guy. He was very aware of everything, and he was his own person. So I don't think that this. I really don't think that he's any kind of man's man. Not at all. I mean, he had his own opinion. He really
we'll
did.
See what happens? Because I heard they got 13 cases that they need to hear.
Yeah, well, they're behind, But anyway, he sounded like his own man's man, and God bless him. He has a job for life, and what a privilege and an honor and a blessing for him and his family. So you got approved. So God bless you. My question too on during the whole hearing situation on him, who was that dark-skinned black girl sitting behind him?
I was wondering the same thing.
That
I don't
is
know.
my
I
question.
saw her and
Who is she? What?
I think
Is that his wife or something?
might be.
No, that's not his wife.
Might be his daughter-in-law.
Is that his lover? Is
I don't know.
Is that his?
That's how rumors get started.
Is that his little freaky, kinky on the side?
I don't think he would have her down front and center. I think it's his daughter-in-law.
Daughter-in-law?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I could be wrong, but I would assume his son.
That's his son. Is his son married to a black woman? Does he have a son? Do we know?
I guess we need to investigate.
Okay.
Yeah,
That'll be our next hot topic next week.
Every time I saw him being questioned and everything, this brown-skinned black woman was sitting directly behind him, and she was front and center.
Unless it's his lawyer.
And it's like, well, who is she? Apparently she's on his side. She's sitting down there with him, so.
Oh, hugged up with him, huh?
Man, who knows?
See, that's how
he did hug her, though. I did see that.
Oh, did he really? What? He touched her?
He responded. He did something. I saw some, some type of gesture. So he knows.
Okay, so he
knows of some capacity.
Tapping that ass. Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Tapping that ass. Okay.
She remind me of Anita Hill.
Moving on.
Wow.
Okay. But they did mention another judge is getting ready to retire.
Who?
I'm not sure which one, but I did hear.
Well,
she needs
Ruth
to.
Bader Ginsburg is about 100 years old.
She needs to, because every time you see her when they had doing the president's speech and everything, she is knocked out.
She's
like
knocked
9
out.
o'clock. It's past my bedtime. I got to go to bed.
And the street lights are on.
See what I'm saying?
Lights are off.
I'm 95 years old. Look, this is what we do. We sleep.
There you go. There's two good questions.
Get our nap on.
Who's the black chick behind the judge, appointed judge, and how old is her?
You're out there, you know who she was. Give us a call, 914-803-4306, please.
Press
Tell
1.
us,
Yeah.
who is she? Is she a Monica Lewinsky? What is the
Oh,
situation?
boy, here we go. Like you said, that's our rumor start.
Uh-huh.
In other news,
Yeah.
in Norway, they're going to build the world's first ship tunnel at sea. You guys have to see.
Oh, what?
It's a ship tunnel.
What is a ship tunnel?
Norway unveiled plans to build the world's first sea tunnel to pass through a mountain, avoiding dangerous waters that intimidated even the Vikings. Built to bypass the Stad Peninsula, a storm-swept area in western Norway, the Stad Ship Tunnel will be 1.7 kilometers, which is 1 mile long and 36 meters wide. So make the journey even safer. The Stad Tunnel for boats will finally be built.
So this is for boats to go through.
Right. Presenting a comprehensive transport plan by the period of 2018 and 2029. Jeez,
this is so far off in the future.
I know. Wow. Ooh.
All right, so why don't we talk about that and wait?
in 2029, huh?
Yeah.
It's not going to start until 2018. That's not until next year.
Okay.
So the North Sea is roughly up by fierce winds off the peninsula, and many ships wait for storms to abate before continuing their journey. So this way, I guess if they go through the tunnel, they don't have to wait.
So it's a tunnel, but the ships would still be in the water.
Correct.
But like a tunnel you drive through.
Right.
So it's a tunnel that a boat or a ship can go through.
Correct. And it's it's built within the rocks. So
so they carved it right out of the rock.
There you go.
Or mountains, as it said.
There you go. Guess how much is this project gonna cost?
Oh, how many billions?
Project estimated cost 2.7 billion kroner, which is 295 million euros, or $315 million.
$315 million. So I wonder are these ships gonna have to pay a toll to go through here for them to make that money back?
Probably so. I would think so. You would think so.
I wouldn't let them go through for free. I'd be like, look, you ducking the storms and the winds and all that stuff, you gonna pay.
Yeah, you should. I mean, like a toll. Yeah, you should. You would think so. Wow, that project gonna take a long. What's that? What's 29 minus 18? Come on now, do your math.
Oh, don't ask me that. What's that, 11?
If you guys know, hit us up tonight.
Yeah, ask me any trick questions.
Fast, see, that's how long it's gonna take them to do it. Was that right?
11 years.
11 years. They carved that joint out in that rock. I'm telling you, you need to look it up on the internet. It's like, I'm like, wow, it's awesome.
And it's a mile long.
Yep.
Man, I'd hate to be caught up in the middle of that thing and something goes wrong.
Oh, yeah, because it's not going to be the tunnel itself. It may be the ship that might stop, huh? Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they'll test it and all that.
Yeah.
Well, I got one last one about this Pepsi situation. So Pepsi has now apologized for their controversial advertisement that borrowed imagery from the Black Lives Matter movement after a day of intense criticism from people who said it trivialized the widespread protest against the killings of black people by the police. Pepsi was trying to project a global message of unity, peace, and understanding, and clearly we missed the mark and apologized, was the statement that they released on Wednesday.
Really?
They said, we did not intend to make light of any serious issue, and we are pulling the content and halting any further rollout. So the ad was posted to YouTube on Tuesday of this week, and it showed attractive young people holding up signs and non-specific pleas like join the conversation and stuff, and they were uniformly smiling, laughing, clapping, hugging each other, high-fiving and whatnot. And then the climatic scene, a police officer accepted a can of Pepsi from Kendall Jenner, a white woman, one of the Kardashian folks, who set off a raucous approval from the protesters and an appreciative grin from the officer. So, of course, activists and everybody got all worked up and said that, it was a
Too much.
Disrespectful,
Yeah.
you know, for one. And they said, you're making light of a movement that is about something serious and about something much heavier than selling soda.
Oh,
you know, and how dare you basically appropriate.
Well, let me ask you this. What was the cop, African American or white?
I believe the cop was white. I'd have to go back and look at it. Well, I can't see it now because they pulled it down.
Right. You can't find it nowhere, huh?
Well, they took it down. Somebody probably still has it somewhere. But yeah, they got a whole lot of criticism that day, and they ended up apologizing to Kendall Jenner. So, you know, there were those who were questioning why did they feel the need to apologize to her.
Right.
But I guess because they put her in the middle of all of this stuff, and maybe she got some heat as a result of being in it.
I think so. But you had mentioned today Whoopi Goldberg was talking about this situation.
Yeah, on The View. Whoopi was talking about how a lot of times when you sign on to do a commercial, they pitch it to you, storyboard it, and all of that, but you still don't know what it's really going to look like until the editing is done.
That's true. Yeah.
And sometimes the way it's pitched sounds and feels a lot differently from what the final product is.
That's true.
Because there were those who said, well, Kendall's 21, she should have known better.
Right.
And other people were like, well, but she's young. She probably didn't really fully understand the concept. And also there were those who were saying Kendall is as much at fault as Pepsi. And other people who were taking her side saying she was just doing a job.
Right.
And for those people who were saying, well, why did she need an apology? To your point, when we were talking about this during the break, she did get paid for this.
Oh, sure.
So I don't think, her feelings were too hurt.
Right, but I think she understands the impact of, the ad itself. And like you said, they don't see the final product until the end.
Right.
They just told her to come in, do X, Y, Z, and that's it. You finished for the day. But once they, like you said, pull it together and edit it and everything, it looks totally different.
Right.
So I think that's what you were saying earlier about, that was Whoopi's point. So
well, to a lot of people who saw the ad, the part where Kendall walks up to the policeman and gave him the Pepsi, people compared that to a photo of a woman, Aisha Evans, who was the black woman who stood firm when the police had their shields and stuff in Baton Rouge back in July. And she was standing there in a sundress, just standing. There was no Pepsi or anything involved. She was just standing there. So this commercial kind of, I guess I would say, I won't say parody, but it kind of resembled that. And the only difference is that she handed the cop a Pepsi.
Now, the situation what you're talking about, the lady in the sundress was just standing there.
She was just standing there.
What, something happened to her?
No, it was a big riot. I mean, a protest was going on, and the police were all out with the riot gear and the riot shields and stuff.
Okay.
And she was basically standing there like in a silent protest, like, no matter what, I won't be moved.
Gotcha. Okay.
She was unarmed. She's in a sundress, so she was like, clearly, I'm not armed. But I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to stand here silently. And this kind of reenacted that to a degree. And a lot of people were upset about it.
Right.
So anyway, yeah, but that's what went down with that. So Pepsi took one on the chin for that one.
That was kind of similar to Mary J. Blige when the Kentucky Fried commercial.
Yeah.
That ran for maybe.
Kentucky, who was that? Was it Popeye?
KFC.
It was KFC.
Yeah, I think it ran for about a week, and after that, I think they snatched that joint.
That thing was crazy.
And like you say, she might not have seen the final product either. When she saw it, she probably said, "Oh, no."
I don't know what she was thinking on that crazy commercial.
But yeah, people got outraged, and there's certain things you can't do.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta let those things go by.
Yeah, so somebody new in the control room think they got a good idea.
That's these people on what is that? Not Wall Street. What is that? Madison Avenue.
Oh, okay.
Madison Avenue, the ad execs come up with these ideas and say, it's going to be fabulous. Picture this. Riot. Black Lives Matter, but we don't really say that. We just kind of allude to it. And then Kendall walks up and hands the cop a Pepsi, and he smiles. and it's a feel-good thing, and it'll be fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody bought into it,
course.
and then the public saw it and went, oh, hell no.
Nah. Sometimes you can't put, that's water and oil. You can't put those two together. You know, my thing is, it could have been a different commercial, and it could have flowed probably better if you put something in the beginning and put something at the end, saying we support Black Lives Matter, blah, 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 and Pepsi could be given first, $1 million or something.
I don't even think they needed to do that.
To clean it up, I think.
No, I think they needed to not even touch that.
Not do it at all.
Don't even do it.
If you're giving something to the organization, or if you're doing something,
they need to
steal
from Coke and teach the world to sing or something. They need to leave all of that alone.
That was a great commercial, because they more or less united everybody in that
exactly.
commercial. Yeah,
see, they thought they were doing something along that line,
right?
And it blew up in their face.
Nah, you needed Quincy Jones. You needed some little help.
Yeah. That's what they need to do.
All right. Well, if you guys got any questions or comments, we're talking about his up tonight. 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1 to get in the queue. All right.
We're going to take a quick one and coming back with what's popping.
All right.
You sweet Ben Rouge. This is Redwine. And if you haven't heard of the Pajama Party Show, you have been missing out. We've got hot topics, hit it and quit it headlines, what's poppin' with Poppa DD, weird news, and I'm just saying with me, living for the city with Poppa DD, and the Hollywood wrap-up with Ketel, the cocktail of the week, my favorite, and the world-famous Kiss It list, and of course, the last word. We serve it up every week on A Pajama Party Show, and nobody does it like us. You can call us each week live on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern at 914-803-4306, or you can listen live online at www.apajamaparty.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at A Pajama Party. This is Beyonce. No! It's Friday night, so run and tell somebody that the Pajama Party is on right now, right here on WPJP Blog Talk Radio. Oh yeah, this is how we do it. Call 914-803-4306 and press 1 to get in on the conversation, or you can join us online at www.apajamaparty.com and click the Listen Live banner. So if you want to give a shout-out, wish a happy birthday, hear yourself on the radio, or get your 15 seconds of fame, you need to call us right now on 914-803-4306 and press 1. How often do you get a chance like this? Hey, we're only on till 10 p.m. Eastern, so get on the phone and call us right now. We're waiting to make you famous, even if it is just for tonight. Don't be shy. Call 914-803-4306 and press 1. I'm going to stop by the bar, but I'll meet you back at the show.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
All right. And what's going on?
What's popping?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yeah.
What's popping? Wow. I tell you, another person that got a good job without even applying for it. Unbelievable. Let's talk about Tony Romo. Tony Romo is the ex-quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. A gentleman named Zach Prescott came along, young brother came along, and just took Tony Romo's job from his ass. He had a good year, and they didn't know what to do with Tony Romo. He was out hurt. And they let him go, and when they let him go, CBS said, why don't we get him to replace one of the what do you call it? The
I don't know. Just
you don't know?
Uh-oh.
That's cool. Anyway, I'm trying to think of the gentleman's name. Phil Simms.
Okay.
Phil Simms was he was the quarterback for the New York Giants years ago, and he got a job with CBS as a commentator. And he's retiring, so CBS said, why don't we pick up Tony Romo and make him a commentator out of nowhere. And so the Dallas Cowboys let Romo go, and he got a job with CBS as a commentator for NFL football.
Just like that.
Just like that. No degree in broadcasting or no particular anything. Just got a job. Good job. Lifetime job.
Do we even know if he can speak?
Yeah. Can he speak? Can he talk? What can he do? Anyway, so he has a job now. He replaced Phil Simms as the commentator for the NFL.
Where did Phil go? He just quit?
No, Phil retired. Phil been doing it for a long time. Phil did an NFL career, and then he did NBC for CBS for a while, and he retired. I mean, he did what people should do. I mean, because speaking of retiring, I looked at some of the Congress people and senators that are in place in Washington D.C. And these guys are old as hell. They're old as hell. They're 75, 76 years old, and they're holding down Senate jobs. And I mean, look at McCain and Mitch McConnell. What's his name? Mitch McConnell. McConnell. Old as Mitch McConnell was so old his jaw doesn't even work anymore. When he talks, his jaw doesn't even move. I mean, I'm not talking about him per se physically with his health or anything, but he's just, he's old as dirt. And what are you going to do? It's just scary. Everybody's afraid to retire. I mean, I look at Al Roker even on NBC in the morning. He looks like an old, I don't want to talk about this young brother, but wow.
Yeah.
Well, young as far as, but he's old as dirt. I mean, he's in bed with dirt and dirt and mortar and quicksand.
He's in bed with dirt.
Why? I mean, why are people hanging around so long without calling it a career? I don't understand. What is that? Isn't it amazing? I mean, McCain and just different senators out there that are ancient. The vice president just passed. What's his name?
The vice president?
Yeah.
Pence?
No, not Pence. Well, he's old as hell too. But the Brock's vice president.
Oh, yeah.
Biden. Biden's been at that stuff for 1,000 years. I mean, they're just holding on. It's like, wow, he's come on, really? Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand the whole concept of not retiring and not going back into the world like you should go. Go. Please leave. Do something different. Rock in the chair or something. Whatever.
Some folks don't like to let go.
Yeah, well, Al Roker's the same way. He sits up there and he's old as Methuselah, as old folks say.
I mean, I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm understanding why they kept him. He has some new segment or something. He's traveling. And I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
but
they should have kept girlfriend. What's her name?
The one with the short hair.
Tamara. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, y'all.
Yeah, and she left, and Al didn't even flinch. Like,
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to talk about Al.
And all the time he was out there messing with her, and flirting with her, and kissing on her, and acting like he was all up on her. And then she got booted, and he just went back to he started licking. Business as usual, kissing what's his name's butt. What's the other gentleman's name?
Matt.
Matt Lowry. Please.
He think he owns the joint. I really think he believes.
He's one of the people where the squeaky wheel gets the oil.
He needs to get
and he's a squeaky wheel. Some people just they learn to squeak squeak and make noise. You know,
at the right time. Is that what it is?
What are you going to do?
Oh, boy.
So anyway. But I just think that people should, you know, the law of averages and the law of life when it comes to retiring and being comfortable in your own spot and going in perspective for what you stand for and taking advantage of a life before you and things you've done and retiring as such seems to be like, you know, not even norm anymore. It's weird. Especially in Congress. People are old as hell. Everybody's old as hell. Still acting like they got jokes and they got all kind of cleverness and they all flavorful. Really? You kidding me? They're Geritol up like anybody else. Okay? They're
Geritol.
Please, they're back to basics just like, you know. Similac and Pampers, they're going back to basics. They're spitting on themselves and they're spilling on themselves and they're pissing on themselves and they're. Come on now, are you kidding me? Get back into life with the pens, honey.
Don't be giving them free ads.
Just saying.
Okay.
Retire for God's sake. My goodness. Anyway. That's what's popping with me. Damn. Go ahead and retire. Collect the money.
Get on out the way.
Go to Cracker Barrel and buy a damn rocking chair. For God's sake. And just rock.
All righty.
Anyway, what are you going to do?
Yeah, well, what we're going to do is move into the weird news.
Al Roker, all of
I got the first, speaking of weird, I got the first story. I've got one about a woman in the UK. This is out of London. A British woman was photographed urinating on a golf course in Scotland that's founded by President Trump.
Really?
And she lost her demand for damages on Wednesday, but she said she was very relieved.
I bet.
Yeah, that her name had been cleared. This woman, Carol Betts, 62 years old, is a longtime campaigner against the course in northeast Scotland, and she said the staff breached data protection laws by secretly taking pictures of her in April 2016. So apparently, the lady says that she has bladder problems, and she had no choice but to urinate in the sand dune. Ooh. And she was looking for $3,700 in damages from the Trump golf course for being photographed like that.
Really?
So the firm said staff members were collecting evidence of a criminal act. They were saying that she was the one who broke the law. How you going to urinate in the sand dune? And the clubhouse was nearby, and she was saying, look, I got a bladder problem. I couldn't make it.
She couldn't make it.
I had to go right where I went.
They should have purchased some Depends for her then.
Or something. But the judge said that taking pictures of a female urinating in the countryside put the company at risk of prosecution under the public order of voyeurism. So the Trump organization or the golf course was actually at fault.
Wow.
So she said that she was very relieved and she just wanted to clear her name.
She was relieved?
Yeah, she was relieved. And she said that she was satisfied that justice prevailed. And the golf course said that we're an operational golf and leisure course and that we have, that had her intentions been honorable, she would have just used the facilities available to her. I guess in her opinion she did. That sand dune.
Yeah, the facilities were available right there. Yeah. She probably paid her due fees or whatever, and I can crap.
She said I can't make it all the way over to the clubhouse. I'm going right here.
She said I can crap where I want to crap. Wow.
What happened with that?
So they settled? You said they settled.
They didn't say that they settled. She just said I'm glad that I could clear my name, and now I'm relieved.
Okay. All right. Well, we have the 3 Ds here. Dill in Dunkin' Donuts case.
Okay.
Could mean free butter treats. Sounds good to me. An attorney is defending a proposed settlement between a man and a Dunkin' Donut shop that could mean $500 for the lead plaintiff. free buttered baked goods for hundreds of other customers, and a big payout for law firms that handled the class action suits. Really? Jan Palahniuk has sued a cluster of franchises of the Canton, Massachusetts-based donut and coffee house chain, saying he received a butter substitute on his bagel when he requested butter. Okay. So he could receive $500 while about 1,400 other customers who had made similar complaints could get up to 3 free buttered baked goods. Why would you want a butter baked good from them? They sell a substitution. So the law firms, meanwhile, could get $90,000 in fees under the proposed settlement. So everybody,
so the law firm gets paid, and the people who were offended get free baked goods.
1,400 of them, but this particular individual that came forth and wanted to sue or whatever, he's getting $500. So
that's crazy.
Oh boy, I guess I won't order no more butter croissants from Dunkin' Donuts. That's my piece.
You better say, look, I want real butter.
Or I'm going
that substitute.
Or I'm going to sue her.
Vegetable oil, margarine, wannabe, faking out.
In our final weird news, South Dakota man he gets a $190 fine for a snake without a leash. Now, I don't know.
What?
Never heard of a snake with a leash.
That's why we call this a weird name.
Anyway, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, reported by the Associated Press, a man who was fined for allowing his pet snake to slither freely in a South Dakota park. Said animal control officer suggested that he use a leash to restrain the reptile. He said, sir, like my man, that comedian. Anyway, we won't even talk about that one. Anyway, sir, you're a ball. Anyway, that's a joke. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, this gentleman had a snake who was slithering through the park in South Dakota, and his name was Jerry Kimball. Said his initial thought. He thought it was April Fool's Day when the animal control officer recommended that he put a leash on his knee. He said, "Are you kidding me? A leash on my snake? What the hell? You don't put leashes on snakes." He said, "Well, you will put a leash on this snake today." And he wrote a summons for $190.
Wow.
Okay, and the gentleman, he was kind of pissed off. He was literally asked to. He said, "Look, a leash, a rope, or something." He said, "Put a rope around the snake's neck if you're going to walk the snake around the park." And he said, "I'm not really walking him. The snake is walking me." Okay, he's doing what he does. And so anyway, Kimball was approached by the officer after the woman complained that his fire bee ball python was roaming freely in the park in Sax Falls, South Dakota, and they ticketed him and gave him a summons and said, "You will not walk this snake anymore without a leash on it." So anyway,
I would have told him, and where exactly do I find a snake leash?
Hey,
the guy said use a rope, do anything.
That might be a good business. They have dog pets places.
Yeah, I don't think.
Remember the invisible leash on the invisible dog years ago?
Yeah, that was very popular.
So that. Oh my God.
It was very popular.
I thought they were kind of fun.
Look, somebody made bank and got the heck up out of here.
All you have to do is get people to buy it one time.
Anyway, we're gonna take a small break and come back with Redwine. Redwine, you want to take a break or you want to?
No, I can keep going because I'm gonna be brief.
Are you sure? Really?
Yeah,
you brief?
You brief?
Oh, shut up.
You feeling real?
You come in like Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
That's it.
Firing up some stuff.
I got to get my strength back, but I do.
Yeah, she's under the weather. She's been hanging out with.
Oh, please save your sympathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Redwine is crying red wine?
No, I'm not. I don't even play like that. But
yeah,
I did
Ketel
want
Redwine was up in the red light district up in the
See what
Boston.
I'm saying?
Here we go.
They were in the red light district up in Boston.
Not.
And they both brought back a disease. Thank goodness it was internal, something that could be getting rid of.
Well, let me just talk about this real quick. My topic tonight is to be a gentleman. I want to address you all's president. I am so tired of seeing him come off of Air Force One with his wife, Melania, trailing behind him, and he's coming down the steps like he doesn't even care that she's walking in heels, trying to come down those steep stairs off of that plane. He doesn't reach back to take her arm or to steady her or any of that. He acts like it's Broadway and the curtains have opened and it's the Donald Trump show. And he comes down those steps like, ta-da, and she's still like 5 steps sometimes behind him, still trying to make her way down the steps. I don't understand why this man can't be a gentleman. You know, I'm not saying that you have to actually feel it or believe it, but just act like you're a gentleman. Can you just act like it? It is so disrespectful, and it looks so bad. And he does it all the time. I still go back to the inauguration day when she was sitting, I believe, 1 row behind him. And it was something he said to her, and it was caught on camera. And he turned around to say something, and as soon as he turned around, she turned the smile on, and he said something to her, and she smiled and nodded. And as soon as he turned back around where he was not looking at her, that smile dropped. And she looked kind of like, whatever. That look on her face, that was not good. And when I look at how, even when they were meeting the Obamas on the steps, he did the same thing. When they got out of the car, she was on the far side of the car, he was on the near side. He didn't go around to open the door, to help her out of the car, none of that. He was so pressed to get up those steps with the Obamas that he just left her hanging. So she had to get out of the car by herself and walk around the front of the car to then follow behind him as usual to come up the steps. And President Obama and Mrs. Obama assisted her up the steps. And he still doesn't get a clue. Dude, be a gentleman. If it's not real, fake it.
Right, that's what I said.
I don't understand. Why don't your protocol people or something school you and tell him that this does not look good in the public eye? But, you know, that was really all I wanted to say tonight. I'm not going to belabor the point. I'm just saying that I've seen it too many times. Every time when they come down those steps on that off of the plane, off of Air Force One, she's trailing behind him. It almost reminds you of like in the Japanese culture, how the women are supposed to walk behind the men. I don't know if he's told her to do that, or is it that he just leaves her behind? I don't know what the deal is. But all I'm saying to you, Mr. President, is be a gentleman. Stop being such a public jerk, because it looks bad. And that's all I have to say about that. Be a gentleman.
All right, Redwine, I hear you. Okay, we got a caller.
All right, let me get this caller on.
All right.
Caller, you're live on the Pajama Party Show. Go right ahead with your comment.
Hi, I called to say hi, and I came in late on the conversation. I have told Redwine, stop talking about my boy now.
I'm going to talk about your boy. As long as he gives me something to talk about, I'm going to talk about your boy.
Well, you're going to have a lot to talk about next week because they talk about impeaching him.
Good. What? They need to.
Already?
I've been waiting on that.
About that bombing over there. He done this without Congress approval. They talk about impeaching him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah.
I said if you give him enough rope, he's going to hang himself.
Well, if you'd have listened earlier, we were talking about that.
Okay.
Mr. Caller.
Well, see, I didn't listen earlier, so did y'all talk about the Secret Service at the hotel?
No, we didn't talk about the Secret Service man chasing a hooker at the hotel.
Tell us about it. Come on, caller.
Okay. Well, I came in late then.
Well, which hotel was it? I know not to go there.
At the Trump Hotel where the Vice President stays.
Oh.
The Trump Hotel.
The one down where the Vice President stays at. He stays at the hotel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know either.
Yeah,
who knew?
Oh, he's not on Massachusetts. He's at the hotel.
Mm-hmm. What's that about?
Okay. Yeah. All right.
One of his Secret Service, they had a hooker in there and they left him in there by himself.
And one thing led to another, huh?
Yeah.
Well, who had the big mouth and told on the man?
Somebody told on him. I guess one of the other Secret Service told on him.
And that's something.
Somebody got jealous.
That's probably what it was.
Yeah.
I guess he said, no, I'm not doing a 2-for-1 deal.
I know that's right.
And the other guy said, well, then I'm selling.
All right, caller. Thanks for calling in.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll be watching for that impeachment to see how that goes.
Yeah, we're going to see. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, don't have a dog day, a bad day if he gets impeached. You just got to keep it moving.
I'm going to have a good day.
Okay.
All right, good.
Okay.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye. All right. You guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about? Hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Got to press 1 and get in the queue.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back with Poppa DD.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Living for the city?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
This is Poppa DD. You're listening to the Pajama Party on WPJP Blog Talk Radio. If you have something to add to the conversation, give us a call right now at 914-803-4306 and press 1 to be entered into the queue. I want to hear from the men, so call me, Poppa DD. Don't let Ketel and Redwine scare you. Just call and talk to me. I got your back. Number again is 914-803-4306 or go to apajamaparty.com. I got to get back before they notice I was gone. So call me now. Welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm Poppa DD, one of your hosts. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Yo, yo, yo.
And they both work for me.
See what I'm saying?
Here we go.
Anyway.
Try to put him on the kissing list, right, Redwine?
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway, wow. Well,
what the city? What you got for us?
Wow. Well, first of all, let me levy on a thing with Trump. You were saying with what's his wife's name? Melania.
Mm-hmm.
Now, know that Melania started off as a mail order bride.
Really?
And so, and as the saying goes, the reason why he's disrespecting her like he does is, as the saying goes, is that behind every fine woman like her, there's a man that's tired of hitting it.
Ooh-wee.
So,
okay.
Not touching that one.
So anyway, Trump then refried those beans over and over again. And they're very,
okay.
Those beans are very refried. So Trump really has not too much respect for her. She's in New York 5 days a week. She doesn't even want to live in the White House.
He don't even want to live in the White House.
He don't want to live. As a matter of fact, he's entertaining the Chinese this weekend in Florida.
See what I'm saying?
Now the Chinese president and his wife want to come over here and enjoy the White House, and they're in Florida. And the Chinese president is saying, "What the hell are we doing in Florida? Florida? What we going to do with our White House? What do we do in China? What are we doing in Florida? What is this? I have a house. You don't need to see your house. You know, I have my own house. So anyway, but wow. So anyway, living for the city. Let's see. Let's focus on tonight.
Well, the last caller talked about the prostitute situation and with the Secret Service. You know, the Secret Service, they're just bored to tears. They have nothing but time on their hands. And this joker here got all circle jerked in a situation with that, and he's going to lose his job or get demoted. He already lost his clearance and things of this nature. But let's talk about where do we go from here with this attack that we did on Syria with a person who had all kind of scrutiny behind him. Was this attack a distractor to take away any kind of situations with Barack bugged his house, or the fact that the Russians was behind the election? I mean, to launch, you know, he's acting just like Richard Nixon did remember, Richard Nixon was the president during the Vietnam War, and whenever he got pissed off, he dropped bombs on Saigon based on being pissed off or whatever he was going through with his old situation with his council and things he was going on. So history is completely repeating itself. If you take a look at the Vietnam War time and Richard Nixon and the things he went through and his insecurities, just like Donald Trump's insecurities and things of this nature. So the main objective I'm speaking on tonight is just to really pay attention. You know, just take a look and see the things that goes on today with the different leaders of the world, mostly leaders of a Caucasian persuasion, because it's all we've had. That's all we know. There's no other flavors that we've been able to recognize other than Barack Obama, and I'm sure people wish they could have another 4 years of Barack. You know, and Trump keeps throwing things out there saying, "Oh, it's Barack's fault, Barack's fault." Well, what did Barack inherit when he took over from George Bush? I mean, he had the situation with the Iraq War was in full effect. He also had a bailout situation he had to take care of with bailing out General Motors and all the people had lost their jobs on Wall Street and things like that. So when Barack first walked in office, he was in a pickle for real. He had all kinds of things to clean up. And he did it really, as a gentleman, he did it very culturally and doing his thing, and him and Michelle handled their situation. But the sad part about things right now, if you would look and see, the biggest thing that Trump does, or as any person that has a racist nature, the biggest thing people say nowadays is that if a black man can do it, I can do it. And this is the reason why people think that they can do what Barack done. But I think that what Barack and Michelle showed over the last 8 years was so fantastically unbelievable. The example they left for the black community, and the lack of embarrassment, the lack of even their 2 children, for them to have 2 daughters. Now remember Bush's daughter, his twin daughters? Remember them little skanks, them little buck wild little renegades. They were drunk and they were all doing their thing and just hanging out and acting the fool and getting drunk and pie-faced and throwing up on themselves and the whole nine. So everybody have showed their ass. And excuse my language, I'm in therapy. But Barack and his children and Michelle, they've carried themselves in such a professional way, being the fact that they carry themselves based on things they've learned. As our youth, as people of the black community, we've always learned to don't touch nothing. Before you go in the supermarket, don't touch nothing. You get the instructions before you go into the supermarket. Don't touch nothing. Don't do anything. And they've done this for 8 years. And don't think that people aren't missing Barack. You know, you have your run-of-the-mill right-wing people out there in these little rural countries, these rural states, Montana and San Diego. I mean, not San Diego, but out there in Iowa and places like that. You know, they'll be behind Trump in whatever way they can because that's what they believe in. They're trying to follow with their own ignorance. But in closing, I just want to say that hats off to Barack and Michelle and his children for exuberant 8 years, not 4 years, but 8 years of just complete respect and dignity And now Trump is so confused. He's so locked in. He's so under scrutiny. He's so, him and his children and his wife and everybody else. He's got all kind of situations, 3 wives and 4 babies, mamas, and damn. You know what I mean? That's all I can say.
Boy.
You know what I mean? He's got all this going on. And he's worse than a, he's
all over the place.
What is it, 3 babies, mamas?
I lost count. I
You
think
got
it's
the wife. You got Marla Maples.
It's 4.
4.
Yeah.
4 baby mamas.
First one, second one. This is the
Is
third
it 4?
one.
Yeah.
I guess it's. I can't keep up.
Anyway, 3. Let's say 3. 3 baby mamas, 4 kids, and 3 baby mamas. You know, now if he was a black man, people would think that was apropos for what he was doing. But right now, they look at it and say, oh, well, and he tries to bring everybody together to show some type of unity. That doesn't make it right. Okay, you've been a slinger. You've been slinging like anything else. Rolling Stone, Papa was Rolling Stone. 3rd of September, day I've always remembered, like the Temptations. You stand in attack of everything that has to do with you being a slinger. So please. But anyway, like I said, don't get it twisted. He's human like anybody else. Ain't nothing special about him, and money don't make a person, really. As the Beatles said back in 1964, I don't care too much for money because money can't buy me love. So all that billionaire stuff and all his billionaire friends don't mean nothing. All of them are all freaks. They all billionaires. They like their happy endings. They all get their little massages. They all hang out together. That's why he hired all of them together like they do, because all of them just been hanging out doing their thing. And that's why they didn't be with Putin, because Putin done took them to Russia and freaked them out over there with the old wives club and the females and the tricking and everything else. And everybody's all freaked out. So anyway, I'm just going to give up on this here and move on and turn this over. So in closing, I just want to say that we're not in war. He bombed a bunch of fake meow stuff over there. He called the Russians and said, "Where can I bomb?" They said, "Yeah, bomb the little grassy knoll over in Syria and act like you did a strike." I mean, please, all this stuff is so. That's why 2 days later you don't hear any kind of retaliation or anything like that, because it's all a fake job. I mean, you please listen with the third ear and see with the third eye, you know. But anyway,
yeah, we'll see what happens.
That's it for Living for the City.
All right.
All right.
Thank you much. Let's shift gears and go to Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yeah, pray for Hollywood.
Let's see what we're going to do.
What you got on the West Coast?
We got. Unfortunately, we've lost a great one. Don Rickles. He's
King of insults.
Yeah, you know what? Unfortunately, it was a rumor about 5 or 6 years ago. He was already gone. I'm like, y'all can't kill the man off. Not yet. Wait a minute.
I actually thought he was. Anyway.
That's a horse of another color.
Mm-hmm.
Legendary comic Don Rickles, the rapid-fire insulting machine, which he was, who for 6 decades earned a quite living making fun of people of all creeds and colors. He sure did. And everyone from poor Slavs to Frank Sinatra.
Mm-hmm.
He died of kidney failure.
Oh.
Yeah, so I remember he had some issues some time ago. Something like he was, maybe he was getting older. It seemed like he was shrinking or something. I don't know.
Oh, no.
So they called him Mr. Warmth. Rickles had mocked disdain for stars, major public figures, and all those who paid to see him. Yeah, they paid to see him. Good money, too.
Mm-hmm.
They said his career skyrocketed after his insulting the hot-tempered Sinatra, who normally did not take kindly to such treatment. When the superstar singer and actor walked into a Hollywood club in 1957, where Rickles was performing, the comedian greeted the chairman of the board from the stage. "Make yourself at home, Frank. Hit somebody." With Sinatra's endorsement, Rickles began his comedic assault on people famous and not famous. Jews, Asians, African Americans, Irish, Puerto Ricans, redheads, short guys. I mean, just everybody. He was funny too. He referred stupid people as hockey pucks. And in '59, he signed his first Las Vegas appearance in the lounge of the Hotel Sahara.
1959?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. He's been around for a minute. In '85, when Sinatra was asked to perform at Ronald Reagan's second inaugural ball, he was there. And he did a lot of hosts, the roast thing in the '70s and '80s. Dean Martin's Celebrity Roast ran on NBC for a while.
Oh, yeah.
'70s and '80s. And him with Johnny Carson provided a late-night stage by making him one of the Tonight Show's frequent guests, which he was. And on one memorable moment in '68, Rickles cozied up with a half-naked Carson during a sketch with two Japanese female masseuses and said, "I'm so lonely, Johnny." Carson threw him in a bathtub.
Oh, my goodness.
That sounds like Johnny Carson, being butterball naked. And then he was also on David Letterman's show, too. But we're going to miss Don Rickles. Switching gears to also Jay Leno. I hear Jay Leno's been crashing in on Jimmy Fallon's show. Yeah.
What?
Yep. Jay Leno just can't seem to stay away from the Tonight Show. The former host has once again crashed current host Jimmy Fallon's monologue to bring his old school one-liners to the mix. So some of his jokes would have seemed at home back when he was hosting the late night show. But the comedian hit the stride when he fell back on his trusty "the economy is so bad" bit. So he goes on to say the economy is so bad, the only people jumping the White House fence are contractors trying to get Trump to pay their bills. And the economy is so bad that Kellogg's had to sell Tony the Tiger to a Chinese zoo.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, come on there. So check this out. Also Fallon, of course, he couldn't sit on the sidelines, so he had to jump in on the one-liners. He said the economy is so bad, Kendall Jenner just did a commercial for the Pepsi. I was like they need any money, like you said earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's crazy. Also, let's see, what I got here? The MTV Awards. They're switching up their awards. MTV nixes gender-specific categories, and they're going to be called Movie and TV Awards. Okay. So MTV is done with gender-specific categories for its upcoming Movie and TV Awards. Instead of the Best Actress and Best Actor categories, this year's awards will honor a non-gender Best Actor in a movie and Best Actor in a show.
Huh? So what does that mean?
They don't even know. MTV's move comes after the Grammy Awards decision in 2011 to dump gender distinctions between male and female singers, collaborations, and groups. MTV's May ceremony will be included a nod to social activism by renaming its Best Fight category to Best Fight the System.
I don't even understand.
They doing too much.
So what are they going to do? Best human in a film? Best human on a song?
That's crazy.
Best non-alien.
Oh, God.
I don't understand.
Oh, God. All right, one last note.
Too much.
You guys don't sleep on Scarlett Johansson. She is in this new movie called Ghost in the Shell. It's similar to the movie Lucy. Remember her in Lucy?
Oh, okay.
She was bad in Lucy, but don't sleep on her. She sings also.
Oh, does she really?
Yeah, that's what I said. Singer, actress, model. She does it all. She's had 4 Golden Globe nods, but no wins, not yet. She's played in movies from The Black Dahlia to Her. Her recent one is called Ghost in the Shell. She played in Lucy in 2014. That was a good movie. She also got an award for, in 2010, Broadway review of A View from the Bridge. Very talented.
I don't remember that one.
I don't either, but hey, she's on point. Okay. She is the highest grossing actress of all time in North America, with her films making over $3.6 billion.
I thought Angelina Jolie had that.
No, this she's the best, highest grossing as far as movies.
Oh.
Not actors, not being paid.
Oh, okay.
But she's, making the dollars for the, for them. She's probably not doing too bad.
Probably not.
Okay. And another little notation today, the U.S. they issued, this was in 1940, they issued the first stamp to honor an African American educator, public speaker, presidential advisor, and one of the most influential black civil rights leaders in the world.
What was that?
Booker T. Washington.
Oh, Booker T.
Yep.
Booker T and the MGs?
Booker T. Washington.
Oh, my bad.
See what I'm saying? He appeared on the stamp 25 years after his death, but in 1940 they made that official.
Okay.
All right.
Very good.
Bitty, that's all, folks.
All right. All right. Well, I've got the cocktail of the week for you.
Blackberry Sage Tequila Smash.
Oh, yeah.
Say that 5 times.
No, you say it 5 times. Get me all tongue-tied. BSTS.
Oh, all right. What's the drink?
So the cocktail of the week, as Ketel just said, is, what's it called again?
Blackberry Sage Tequila Smash.
That's the one. So to make a blackberry sage tequila smash, I think I'm already tequila smashed. Anyway, it's you need 2 ounces of tequila, 1 ounce of freshly squeezed grapefruit juice, 3 large blackberries, 8 sage leaves, and 2 cane sugar cubes. So you want to get a large cocktail shaker, and you want to muddle. You hear that, Poppa DD? You got to get the muddler out. And you want to muddle the blackberry and the sage and the sugar. And once you get that muddled, you add your 2 ounces of tequila and the grapefruit juice and put some crushed ice in there. Shake it up. Shake it. And then pour it over some fresh ice in a rocks glass. It says, or you can use a mason jar, which is, some people serve it that way. I like it over a regular rocks glass. And garnish with a sage leaf.
Of course. You done put 8 sage leaves in there. You need something.
Oh, yeah. But it's very tasty.
Interesting.
And you can do this with other fruit. So if you don't have the tequila, you can do it with gin, or you can, swap it out.
Okay.
The idea is 2 ounces of a spirit, and then 1 ounce of juice, and then your berries and the sage.
Oh,
there you go.
Sounds good. Tasty.
Yeah, very good. So that's the blackberry sage tequila smash. We'll put that recipe up on the website under the cocktail of the week, and you can check it out right there.
Okay. All right. Keep it rolling. What's next, Papa?
Next, we have the kissing list, which
what's that?
is a list of people that showed their butt hiney over the last week or so, and without any kind of reserve, and we put them on blast. First of all, on the kissing list, we have Pepsi for thinking that ad was going to be something in particular. It didn't work out at all.
Why do you think that was a good idea?
And people are blaming Kendall Jenner. She just got paid for it, so it's not her fault. Anyway, also Bill O'Reilly for this making a mockery of himself.
Pervert.
First, he called Maxine Waters big.
James Brown.
James Brown wig. Well, who say that she had a wig on anyway? How does he know women so well?
Exactly.
How does he know that wasn't her real hair? When did he become the authority on black women anyway? Also, Tony Romo for taking a job for CBS as a commentator for sports, and he has no experience at all. So let's see if he gets out there and shows his little. Anyway, Hyundai for recalling. What is it? How many
millions of cars?
Yeah, millions of cars.
1.5 million.
1.5 million cars. The Sonata, the Sorrento. I'm pissed at them myself personally.
They recalled a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they sure did. Anyway, also Let's see. We have a short list this week.
I have a few.
Oh, okay. Who you got?
Comcast for trying to get into the wireless business.
That's a good one.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And
Reading.
Al Roker for not defending Tamara Hall. She
Yeah.
should be still on there, NBC.
She should be, and he should retire with his whole ass. Anyway,
And your president, DT himself.
Yeah, 45.
Sending them missiles over there in Syria.
Yeah, without congressional approval.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
and Macy's with that preview day on Friday, whatever that means. Preview day on Friday, I don't know what that means. Let's see, who else?
I think that's all I have for today.
Redwine and Ketel.
Put
them on a kiss list.
Well, then add Poppa DD. We all be on the list.
There you go.
Anyway, that's all we have this week in the short list.
All right. Well, let's give them what we got for them.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh. You can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm Poppa DD, one of your hosts. I'm here with Ketel
Hello.
and Redwine.
With the most.
And my last word for tonight is thanks for listening, everyone. Like I said, just another happy birthday to my father for last week, 93 years old. God bless him. I hope he's well and healthy, and thank God he's still on this earth. And I have a birthday next week in my darn self.
All right.
How about that?
Mm-hmm. What you going, Pop? What you gonna do?
I'm not gonna. I ain't doing it with y'all.
Anyway,
Anyway,
we ain't gonna be here anyway, right?
Private party.
We ain't gonna be here.
Private party.
You don't get one of them Russian girls and be caught up in the hotel like that Secret Service man.
Next weekend. My birthday is April 15th, last day to file your income taxes. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Thanks for listening, everyone. I'll pass it over to Redwine. Redwine, what's your final word?
I just want to say happy birthday to my father. If he were still with us, he would have been 91 on his birthday on the 6th of April. So I miss you, Dad. And shout out to everybody for listening and hanging out with us. And to President Trump, it pains me to even say those words, but President Trump, be a gentleman. Stop being a jerk, man. Don't leave your wife running behind you to hold on to her own railings and try to, come on now. That's all I'm saying. Come on, man.
You're tired of hitting it.
Come on, man. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh.
On you, Ketel.
I'm not going to say too much. Thanks for our number one caller, our number one fan that calls in every week faithfully. He knows who he is. And also another number one caller. She called in earlier. Appreciate you calling in. And let's have some love, peace, and happiness in the world. Let's see how we're going to go forward with that.
Yep.
All right. That's it for me.
Tried everything else.
Yeah.
Might as well try that.
Might as well. All right. I'm out.
All right. Now, don't forget our DC Homegrown.
Yep. We got to thank DC Homegrown. Keep the lights on. We appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So check us out on on Twitter, Facebook, everything. Okay, y'all know what to do. apajamaparty.com.
That's right.
That's
Every
it.
Friday night. 9 o'clock.
Here we go.
Go for it.
9 o'clock Eastern Time. 8 o'clock Central Time. 7 o'clock Mountain Time. 6 o'clock Pacific Time. And 9:15 CP time.
All right. Yeah, I like that.
All right.
All right.
All right. All minds are clear?
Yeah, all minds are clear. We're out.
Say good night, Papa.
Good night. Good night, everyone.
Don't slide.
All right.
Good night.
Good night, Ketel.
Good night.
All right.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so. I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, grown and sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, grown and sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, grown and sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, grown and